Oh, thank you very much, Veggie Beast. I'm not sure if you guys can hear me or not. I'm just testing out the stream, but that's awesome. Thank you, Raiders. We've got a good stream. As you can see, I'm just going to get rid of all this text, but I'm just drawing Eevee at the moment. And yeah, have a little look and see how that turns out. What have you all been up to over at Veggie's stream today? Nice. Thanks for the confirmation, Veggie. It's my very first time doing it, and I'm just testing out a few of the features, but that's awesome. What have you guys been up to over at Veggie Beast's stream today? I'm assuming something Pokemon related. Thank you, Rafa. Appreciate that, mate. Well, don't know about that, but I'll do my very best. So let's see what we've got. So I've sort of started off with, if you can see this, let's go here. So bring that up a little bit. It's got a rough sketch of Eevee on a colourless energy. So I then draw them onto energy cards, and I'll show you one that I've done previously actually. So here is an Umbreon one that I've done, and then printed that out. So this is just a print, but I do them onto the actual energy cards and then photograph them and make them as prints. Thank you, Baby Eyes. Cheers, mate. nice. I'm glad you like that one. So the idea is I'm going to do an Eevee and then have all of the evolutions around it as like sort of a big piece that I can frame up. I'll do one of the, obviously one's the original, and then I'll do prints of those as well then, so I could sell the prints off to anyone that thinks it's cool and would like it on their wall. So if I drop this one back, let's make that a bit more faded, and then bring this back. So I'm just overlaying the next sketch on top of this now. So let's see if we can do a bit of, yeah, I'm going to make Eevee quite a furry one. Again, apologies if I miss any of the chat. I'm going to keep looking up and down, so I've got a screen just up to the top. Oh, thank you, Pack Ripper. Appreciate that, mate. That's great. Yeah, I can show off some of my work actually before I get started. Some of the other ones that I've done. Got some to hand. So I've got that Symbion, so another evolution here as well. So I've got a Sylveon. So that's a Sylveon one. These are all done with inks and Posca paints. And again, these are the printed versions. A lot of the originals I've already sold. And then let's have a look at these ones as well. So I've also got a Charizard one. This is my first one that I did. Bring that back a little bit. So that was a Charizard. And had to go with a lot of the Kanto starters, so I went with a Pikachu as well. Tried to get a lot of them engaging with this sort of energy ball, and a lot of the energy cards all have different sort of positions of the energy. It's like down here on some of them, some of the colourless ones have two, so I'll adapt each design based on the energy card that I use. And this one seems to be a bit of a fan favourite. I did a Gengar as well. He seems to go down pretty well with everyone. Okay, I've got a few more, but I'll show those off in a sec. Let's see if we can do a bit on this drawing now. Move it along a bit. Let's get some of these legs in. So I'm trying to sort of do quite a dainty Eevee, quite light on her feet. So she's going to need like tiny little feet and paws, like that. Again, this will end up being the rough sketch that I then use to actually draw onto an energy card then. Try and work out the legs and the sort of positions of how they would work. Get that. Make Eevee a bit more rounded. Yeah, so I know that this one is my niece's favourite Pokemon, and I've already done a Pikachu, so that's my nephew's favourite Pokemon as well. So I thought I'd do this one and then show her once I'm done, and hope she likes it. So I can see some hearts flying up on the screen there as well, so thank you for anyone that's dropping some hearts on the stream. So we've got a separation of colours on the Eevee tail. ones. So pretty much got that, so we probably get rid of the back sketch a little bit. I still need to do the ear. Let's get this one finalised. So as I said, this is my first stream. I'll tell you what, I'll put that at the top actually, because people might not know if they come in. So I'll put on here, so first stream test. And it's just to see how it all works, and if this is something that you guys would like to see, really. See my process. Also, I can get the setup a little better, and yeah, if it's something you guys are interested in. Oh, let's have a look at some of the messages. Sorry. Can I be a mod, please? I'd very much appreciate to have mods, but I don't actually know how to do it at the moment. So if you bear with me, let me have a look if I can go to my studio and accept anyone as a mod. Not 100% on how to do it, sorry guys, but yeah, as I said, first stream, just learning at the moment. But yeah, if this is something that you guys would like to see, or if there's something else you'd rather me sort of talk about, or you have any questions about my artwork, fire away. By all means, just message in the chat, or drop a comment afterwards, and I'll do my best to get back to everyone. Checking that was the first stream test. Let's put the drawing. Sorry about the camera shake. I've got the stand against my desk, so any sort of movement on the desk, I'm shaking the camera. Drawing Eevee. There we go. So if I create a new layer, what we can probably look at now is doing some shading and shadow. Yeah, get rid of that. Cool. So if I let's have a look what's best to do. If I get some grey tones in here and bump up the thickness of the pen. Cool. Stick to the darker shades for now. So I'm going to work out where the light's coming from. So the light will be coming down sort of in this direction. So obviously the light's going to be hitting all of this, and under here will be all the shade. So let's go. Again, that's a really rough way of doing it, but probably a better way to do it is probably just to lift and bring it up towards that light. And we've also got probably a little bit coming in here. So obviously Eevee is going to be a three-dimensional character, so just working out what would be raised and what would be dropped back. In fact, if we drop this energy back a little bit more, probably see the drawing a bit better. Cool, there we go. And you're probably going to get sort of this hangover and create a bit of shadow. Thank you for all the likes, by the way, guys. Really appreciate the thumbs up on the video. And here, so this is going to be quite lit up because the ear is quite big, so we'll do some light shadow on there. Bring that in there. So Eevee's probably got a little tongue there that we can add in, but then the inside is going to be really dark. light will get into that section. Again, we've got here, so the edge of this is probably going to be in light, but this bit probably won't be, so it's all hidden by the head, so we'll do that. And this as well. So from here down is pretty much all going to be in shadow. And we add some more shadow across here. And again, just little bits of shadow across there. And across here. This one's pretty much going to be entirely in darkness. So we can almost black that out completely. It's quite daunting sometimes when you get a leg and just completely ink it out, but obviously you've got to keep thinking about where the light's coming in from. It's quite helpful to actually talk it out sometimes when you're drawing it, because you forget, you lose your train of thought, where you need to go, what you need to do. So it's quite good to keep a bit of a level on what you need to be drawing. So yeah, things that are in complete darkness, based on the shadow. I might get a little bit of rim lighting on here, so just left that edge for now. Again, this is just a rough. Let's change that up a little bit, because that's probably incorrect from where the shadow's going to be hitting. It's probably going to be more like this. And let's get those eyes in. There we go. Right, get the brush a little thinner. Just check the comments. She'll be rated again. Let's have a look there what Rafa's saying. But I'm just going to sit here and watch you while draw some art cards. My favourite streamers. Oh, nice. That's really cool. I'm going to sit here and watch while I draw some art cards. Brilliant. Rafa, what ones are you drawing, mate? What, are you drawing Pokemon or are you drawing something else? If anyone's just chilling, watching the stream, I really appreciate you being here today. And yeah, feel free to drop a message in the chat. Let me know your favourite Pokemon. If you also do artwork, if you have any questions, yeah, happy to answer anything. I'll do my best. So I had no intention of jumping on today, by the way, and I just had a bit of a free evening and thought, let's give it a go. And there was a button there that said go live, so I thought let's give it a go. So I really appreciate you all showing up with no formal warning. I'll probably make things a little bigger and better next time. Maybe bring in some packs to open, show some cards off. But yeah, at the moment I thought I'd just get going, do a little bit of drawing, and see how that went down. See if I can level this out a little bit. Cool. So besides the cross hatching and building up, another quite good way to do it on here, we'll put another layer, and let's put in a bit of a grey tone this time, and thicken up the brush. You can literally just like block out colours, so we can probably just do like where you know the shadow's going to be. I'm trying to be quite loose with this, not being too precious. And again, you can take some artistic license, you don't have to do everything exact. I think that's what makes it look cooler sometimes, when you sort of just go with what you think is right and take a bit of artistic flair and do something that people aren't expecting. pretty much all of this is going to be in shadow. And you can always change it, like, so I can bring in the rubber, if it'll work, yep. And then sort of take out a bit, because I think her cheek will be a little bit more in the light. Oh, nice. So we've got Rafa's putting together a holiday set by Kamoya. Nice. Yeah, Kamoya's a very good artist. Got a lot of wicked cards. Are you collecting the whole set, everything that's Kamoya, even like sort of like common cards, not just all of the sort of big hits? No hits, just cards I can make a story from. Oh, nice. That sounds really cool. I think artwork always hits a little better when it's got like a story behind it. So yeah, that's really nice. I think if you can do art that's got like a bit of purpose to it eventually, obviously it's good to just start out and just get drawing. But once you're sort of well practiced, if you can do something that has a bit of a storyline behind it, it's a really nice sort of point when you're sort of talking about it to other people. Say sort of like why you're doing it. Like my idea behind this one was going to be for Christmas and do some sort of like Christmassy themed Eevee, maybe like looking up at something in the sky here. I have drawn one previously and it was a Pikachu with a sleigh in the background and you've got Charizard pulling the sleigh. So maybe that can be sort of like the same sleigh in this angle here, and it's sort of Eevee seeing it at this point, but then the next card would be Pikachu seeing it, so a nice sort of connecting piece. Oh cool, we've got some more people in here. Veggie Beast raiding again. Oh, thank you very much. Cheers, Baby Ice. Love the broccoli. Keep healthy, guys. Eat your veg. From the Veggie Beast himself. Have you ever done a Togepi? No, it's not what I've done. There's so many. I've done a few shows recently and asked people and saying, oh, what's your favourite Pokemon? You know, which ones you'd like to see? And there are so many that they come out with. I'm just like, I really need to get going and get a lot of these drawn because yeah, there's so many different people with different favourite Pokemon. But Togepi's not one I've done yet. But that's not to say I won't do it in the future. You brought that pig a long way since left. Oh, nice, thank you, mate. Yeah, trying to move pretty quick with it, just a sort of like light sketch, and then I can actually draw that onto an energy card. So yeah, trying to get it done pretty quickly. I'm terrible for spending hours and hours and getting loads of fine detail on things and or procrastinating about sort of what ideas, so trying to get into a better habit of just putting pen to paper, get drawing and see what comes out. Sometimes it's great, sometimes not so great. But it sort of gives you a better idea then of like what's in your head. And sometimes it can come out completely different, but it actually works. So yeah, it's nice. It's a good way of working. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Oh, thank you, Pack Ripper. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll build it up with more shading, and that'll sort of bring in the colours then as well. So it's all about sort of like grayscale tone, so I've gone for like a black, and then you've got obviously like a darker grey. You could even go then lighter grey, so if I switch that up now and go to a lighter grey again, and add another layer. If you do digital art and you sort of like do it all on one layer, do try and get used to doing lots of layers, because it's just so much easier to go back in and change and edit things. If it's all on the same layer, it can be quite difficult. So yeah, so this is a lighter grey now, you can see, like this. And that's going to overlap the dark one. So what I'll probably do is move that back underneath the darker grey that we've just done. So now if I do that, it sort of sits underneath it. So that's what I was saying about the whole layers thing, is pretty good. So do that, and you can sort of build it up slowly. Again, this ear is really big, so it's probably going to get a lot of light hitting it, but there will be slight shadows. Just trying to think about that three-dimensional shape instead of just a flat 2D image. Yeah, it's on a tablet, so this is a Apple Pencil. But then I draw them onto energy cards. So I was showing some guys earlier, if I get some of the designs out. So these are actually prints of the energy card designs I do, but then these ones will be done with pen and ink. So that's a Mewtwo that I've done. Again, I do try and get them engaging with the energy ball if I can. So that's the Mewtwo. And I've done... people seem to like this one as well, it's quite fun. That's a Snorlax. So I found it really hard to find colourless energies. So as you can see, this one's actually on a steel type. So I just sort of coloured over the spots. Probably something I'll do here with Eevee as well. I have got some shiny colourless energy, so I might try and do it on that, but I've not done a holo yet. I've actually got someone that's asked me for a commission of a holo, and that'll be my first one. So yeah, I'll have to send them over the rough designs that I've done for that one soon, and see if they like how that's going. What else have I done? So I've also got this one. This one's actually done completely digital. So I used an image of an energy card, drew it on my tablet, and then blew it up. It's like A4 size, and it was a commission for a family friend's little boy. And he wanted it personalised, so his favourite Pokemon is Onyx. So I was able to put my digital logo in there, Art2you. And then I put a nice big speech bubble here for him saying, "You rock." Obviously he's a rock type. But yeah, that one was quite cool. And obviously with the digital you can zoom in a lot more, so you can sort of get a lot more finer detail. It's really difficult obviously with the pen and inks on a tiny energy card, but I do try my best to get in as close as I can. And another one that I've done here is from the new Black Bolt White Flare set. Did the Zekrom. I really enjoyed this one. This sort of got back to my sort of comic book style that I like, and yeah, I really built it all up with the cross hatching. So that's another way you can do it. Instead of having like the grayscale tones here, you can sort of do more lines and build up the density in the blacks, and sort of fade out then to like a lighter area, like on the leg here. You can sort of like spread out the lines to make them get to like a lighter stage here. So yeah. Oh, thank you guys, appreciate all the messages. I'm sort of looking between two screens, so sorry if I'm a bit delayed in answering, but yeah, thanks for all the very cools and good works, appreciate that. Love the sharp edges, so it draws contrast without needing it to. Oh, thank you, mate. No problem at all, Pack Ripper. Yeah, go sort out the girlfriend. Really appreciate you stopping by and engaging in the chat as well, so take care. I'll hopefully catch you again soon. Oh, thanks, the eyes in the Zekrom. You like that one? I'll get that one back up now. Yeah, so try to make him look quite angry and get a little bit of the pink in there. I pretty much use whatever I've got around. So I use Posca paints a lot of the time, or Posca paints, however you say it. But I think that was actually a like pink Sharpie, and then I went back over it then with the white, just sort of bring it back out. But I do like quite angled eyes, and yeah, it's quite difficult for me usually to go for some more cute style, I do tend to sort of lean towards this a bit more. But yeah, trying to try different things, push my boundaries a little bit. So let's get these lighter grey tones in. It's quite hard to see on this colourless energy because it's like quite flat, but I think sometimes a good way to sort of see where you're at with stuff is to like put a ground down, put like a gradient of colour. So if I get like a Eevee kind of shade of brown, let's have a look what I can get. How's that? That's pretty cool. Get a big thick one. Let me just do this in the background just to sort of like bring out and see what I've actually drawn and what I haven't yet, and what's just the background coming through. It's a real big lag on this. There you go. Cool, it's just not looking too bad. And if I pick out that grey colour again, and oh, sorry about the camera shake. Let's go down to this again. Okay, and I tell you what, I'll fade that back out a little bit. There we go. Let's carry on building up this grey. What was that? I use Sharpies as well as acrylic pens. Anything else you'd recommend? Let's have a look at what I've got. I'll have a look at my pencil case now. I buy these pens called Unipin. They're for fine lining, so I usually start with this. And they've got all different sizes. I just get them from Ryman's or wherever's local to yourself online. But that's a 0.05, which is really thin. It's quite difficult sometimes to draw on top of Posca paints with that sort of thinness, because it will just scratch it off. But definitely to start off with on the card, because a lot of the time pencil doesn't come out. But even with this, as long as you sort of are quite quick with it and put it on, you can rub it out. So I use the back of a pencil rubber, and you can sort of rub off the ink before it dries. That's pretty handy. And then I use this one as well, which I love. I bought this from a place in London called Muji. I think it actually means no brand, but don't quote me on that. But it's a brush pen, but you can get them in all different models. And that's really nice because you can go from thick to thin with just different pressure. Or you can get like, sort of for this area here with like the shading, you can get quite scratchy marks, which is quite nice. I think a lot of the Zekrom was done using the brush pen and sort of getting those scratchy marks. That's quite good. What else is there? Oh, for once the paint is dried from the Posca pens as well, you can just use a regular pen, if I can actually find it in here. Yeah, there you go. So this is more for writing, but again, just use whatever works really. So I've got a uni ball, so instead of the uni pin, and I find the ink comes out a lot easier on that. It does come out quite thick though, but it's good for sort of drawing on top of the paint and without scratching it off. So that's quite a good one. Otherwise, pretty much anything. You can use like a bit of Tipex on the end of a card. I've seen there's an artist for DC Comics, and he uses a bit of whiteout, I think he calls it, but Tipex is what we would probably call it, and then flicks it all over the sort of canvas where you want sort of like energy marks, which is pretty cool. So yeah, whatever you can use, whatever's the hand, if it makes a nice effect or mark, go for it. And that's probably why it's good to sort of test and just do different things. I hope some of that was helpful. Nice. Use a local art store. Cool. Yeah, you can pretty much pick up a lot of stuff from any stores these days, like stationery stores, art stores, and there's a lot of places online that'll do them as well. So I have tried some pens I bought from like Amazon and stuff, and yeah, they weren't really good. Like the ink that was coming out of them was quite diluted, almost made things look a bit grey, and then it didn't sort of dry very well, and it was coming off quite easily. So it is worth, if you can, give it a little test. Sometimes in the stationery stores they give you like little testers that you can have a little scribble on, so that's pretty good. And if not, just ask one of the store attendants. I think I asked when I went into Ryman's and they were really helpful, and just saying, yep, this is probably what you're after a bit more. Yeah, exactly that, yeah. It's they're more for writing, but yeah, they will sort of give a thick line and sort of the ink comes out quite quickly and bleeds out. But if you're quite fast with it and make confident marks, then yeah, it's not too bad. Depends what you're after. If you're doing really fine details, then probably not the best thing to use, but yeah, the uni pins I find scratch quite a lot on top of the paint, unless you're going for a black and white piece, obviously, then that's pretty cool. Okay, let's get a little bit of there. So I think we'll probably get some white in here now as well. Just add another layer in again. The end of the tail is going to be white. And then, love this bit, putting the highlights in the eyes. It can be really difficult. I find it quite hard to get that right sometimes without making them look like cross-eyed or something. Go. And just because it's not exactly a white colour, but because the light's going to be hitting here, that's probably going to be the most highlighted. Cheek. I'm going to go back to the darker grey colour. Add these in. Okay, Eevee's looking a bit strange now, so let's see if we can switch up some of these colours. And if I get rid of this, so quite new to this program that I'm using now, the paint program. I'm just going to see if there's a way to lock the colour in, so I can just colour straight over it without going out of the edges. I think it's like a mask or something, I think it's called. Mask layers content. Select multiple layers. So mask layers content. Don't think that's it. Let's go back. Not sure. I'll have to learn that for next time. But in the meantime, let's just go in the old-fashioned way and colour in on top. So is that an Eevee colour? Sort of. Let's get some reference images of Eevee and let's have a look at the colours. That's more like a orangey sort of yellow. Yeah, like that. And then we'll just bump up the thickness on the brush. opacity of this as well. Won't lose all of the sketching underneath them. Nope, not thin enough. Just go right down. It's quite nice on the digital that you get like a load of brushes at your disposal. It makes different marks. Maybe something that you wouldn't have thought of creating with like a traditional pen. But once you've made it on here then as like a sort of reference sketch, you can sort of try and emulate that as well then when you do it on the actual card. Again, I'm trying to keep this quite loose and rough. I think what I'll have to do is try and bring this into more sort of, because I've done it quite cute, bring it into more of my style to sort of match with the other evolutions that I've done, like this one. So maybe I'll sort of try and like make it a bit more edgy, add in some extra thick black lines. Okay, let's up that colour now to a bit more of a yellow. Too bright. Let's see if I can change the brush. What we've got. Is this one with a bit of a softer edge? Yeah, that's quite nice. Yeah, they'll sort of overlap as well now. And it doesn't matter if it looks a bit rough because obviously Eevee's full of fur, so we want sort of lots of marks. Just blend these colours in a bit. Yeah, obviously Eevee's not got a white forehead, so I'll try and bring that into this brown colour. Sorry about the camera if it's shaking around for everyone. It'll make everyone have motion sickness. I'll have to look at a way of maybe getting this sort of isolated so it's not on the same desk that I'm drawing on, I'm not shaking it as I draw. Get a little separate stand. Well, thanks for stopping in, guys, by the way, I really appreciate it. It's I really didn't expect anyone to come in. I thought everyone would be far too busy and not even know I was online, because I didn't know myself until about 10 minutes ago. So yeah, I really appreciate you jumping on, and hopefully you're liking what you're seeing. If it's something that you'd like to see in the future, I'll definitely sort of schedule things in. I'll have to make it sort of a regular thing that you can come in and have a look at. I might do some sort of like pack openings, and then whatever's inside the pack we can draw one of the characters from it. Or if you have like requests of a particular time of year, I can draw sort of like themed Pokemon. Yeah. Any suggestions or anything that you'd like to see, feel free to drop it in the chat, or pop a comment on the video, hopefully once I post it up. And I'll do my best to get back to everyone that messages. Okay, let's get some of this mane of hair in now. So I'm going to go to a different layer for this one. Blend that in a bit. Just where the light's going to be catching. Yeah, I have to get these ears coloured in a minute as well, I think. Okay. I hope you like the chilled music, by the way. Oh, let's have a look. Got some more messages here. Last time I asked to see something, I was expected to commission a piece of artwork. Please just do you. Oh, nice. Thank you, mate. Oh, that's really cool. I will continue doing me. And yeah, obviously, if there's people wanting to commission you for any sorts of artwork, yeah, that's something sort of separate that you'd work out with them. But if it's just something for stream that you then maybe can make prints out of, or if you want to sell off the original artwork, then that's great. But yeah, it's all your call because it's your work. Don't want to go giving out artwork for free when you've got something that you work really hard on and lots of time. This isn't my regular day job. I have a regular day job as well, and this is just a passion of mine. I've been able to very luckily combine something that I'm interested in with Pokemon and my passion for drawing. So let's get some darker shades in there. And I just realised that my battery is running low, so let me just quickly get my cable out to charge this up. Oh, nice. Thanks, Rafa. Appreciate it, mate. Are you streaming as well, or do you just sort of do it in your own time? Let's get the darker colour in here. Probably go a bit redder. Let's have a look. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, it's kind of the vibe that I was thinking of, that people might sort of like just hang out and chill and sort of have this on in the background watching an art piece being created. That was sort of the thing I was looking for, but yeah, I'll definitely try and schedule it in. I'll post it on my socials, my Instagram, and then hopefully next time I'm a bit more organised, know a bit more what I'm doing, and yeah, I'll be able to get some cool things set up. I do like these live brushes on the digital pen because they sort of like make it look like a watercolour and blend them in, which is really nice. That's something I'd like to try in the future, is probably watercolour paints to be able to do the Pokemon, but you'd probably have to take quite a lot on top of an energy card. But maybe I'll do a sort of separate piece and just do like an A4 print. I'm 95, Moonlight is a creator. Yeah, it's the best way to do it. All creators are moonlighters. We all do it for the love into the small hours of the evening. I've only shared a short stream of my chalk artwork on my channel, but I hope to do well. Nice. Oh well, good luck with the next pieces that you make. Let me see if I can go to your channel. I'll sub up now as well. Open link in new tab. Let's go here. There you go. Bro, got a new subscriber. Nice. Oh yeah, I can see the chalk one now. It's just doing a little bit of it, so newly chalkboard painting table. Nice. And you've got some cool pack opening stuff on your channel as well. Bro. Oh, that's good. Okay, let's have a look. What else we got needed down here? Let's get rid of that. Let's thin up the brush. And then if we go a lot lighter, how's this look? No, makes it look like Eevee's had a hard night out. Let's get rid of those. Maybe go for a more yellowy colour. Mixing over on the layers now, being lazy with my layers. Again, it is just a rough though, so yeah, I could do with some more work, but that'll do for now. And probably gonna get a black in here as well. Go back to my previous brush. Just make it a little thinner. Oh, sorry, camera shake again. How does this effort with it is translate then actual card itself? Yeah, the cards take a lot longer, but it's nice to have reference to be able to sort of draw from. There is a lot of differences between using the digital to the card. One thing I've done on this screen is, not sure if you can sort of see it, but you might be able to hear it if I scratch it. Can you hear there's like a little bit of grit to it? It's not like a glass screen protector. I think there's a brand called Paper-like, but you can get them in all different models, but it puts a sheen of paper, well not paper, like a screen protector on top of your iPad, and then it gives you that sort of like that resistance that you can do that and stop. Because I was finding with the glass, I was just going like that and trying to stop like here, and it was just carrying on. So you had to like really refine your sort of movements to being like really slow and steady and taking it off and doing that with the sort of glass. So it is like you have to learn a new skill, but once you've got the sort of base of being able to draw, you can transfer it over quite easily. But yeah, this is a lot more easier because just the color wheels and stuff is just a case of, if I shift this over a bit and show you, just hit that and you've got all of your paints at your selection there. You don't have to get a new tube out, mix a new color. So yeah, it's a lot more simple with some aspects. But yeah, this is quite rough. Like you could really make it really super detailed. Like I'd probably get rid of this black sketchy layer completely when I was doing it like that, and then I'd be going in with like loads of super fine details. But yeah, as it's just going to be a sort of rough to be able to draw the energy card on, I'm not too worried about it. I hope that answered your question, by the way. Yeah, there we go. So just going to see if it's coming through on my phone. I don't know if you guys can hear the notifications coming through, but let me know if that's the case. I'll take that off for next time. then the transference. Oh, well, when you made that modification, it became like, yeah, by taking off the black marks that I did, so like that, it does look like pastels, doesn't it? Because it's just like blended colours. But yeah, that's probably where then you'd, if I do this, if you wanted to go back in, you'd leave that and you'd make in like really refined details like this. You wouldn't really use like hard black lines. Someone tell me once when I was doing my art degree was that there are no black lines. So like if you look at, say, like your hand, there are no black lines and white lines. All it is shape, color, and light. So like you see in this as a hard line because it's in the darkness, and you see in that side of your finger on like a sort of white because, or sort of lighter color, because that's where the light's coming from. So you sort of try to have the same effect by building it up like this. Yeah, you do like lots and lots of like cross hatching, and you could pretty much just do it all with colors. Like I shouldn't really even be using black to show this, but it's just sort of to give you an example. Yeah, absolutely, for depth. That's it. It sort of brings that sort of 3D shape then, because like obviously I've lost all of the mouth now, so not like that. But you know, you do this because that would be in shadow. Even with the hairs, you'd like just bring out tiny bits of the hairs like this, as opposed to having like a hard black sketch. And you go to a white and lighter colours and build those up. So yeah, but that's something I'd more do on the card now as well, instead of on here. This is just to obviously give me that initial base. So I'll bring back to the cartoon style. And it really depends what sort of style you want to go for. Like you could even, let's try this. So if I duplicate the layer, not that, so delete there, and duplicate this so I can save that one, and edit this. If I go to my rubber and then drop down the opacity of it, I can probably, oh, that's too much. Probably knock back some of these lines a little bit like this, if you want to keep this as like a final piece. So obviously where the light is, you don't want a big black line around where the light is, so you can take it away, rub it away, and it just makes it seem like the light's hit it a bit more. And obviously on the edge here, and the same on the face, you wouldn't really have that hard black line, it would just be light. Same on the edge of her sort of mane by here, and probably on these hairs, because they'd be really thin. Same with this, because this is facing the light. Again, I'm no expert on this, but it's just little lessons and tips and tricks I've sort of picked up over the years. If that's hitting the light there, probably get rid of that. And also watching sort of other artists. I don't know if you watch anyone else, but oh, thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Yeah, I watch a lot of like Jim Lee, as I mentioned earlier. So he is I think he's like the chief of DC Comics now. But he started off as an artist. I think he was for Imagine Comics, and then he went off to Marvel, and now he's with DC, and he's sort of heading up their creative side. But yeah, it's good to sort of absorb yourself with lots of other professional artists and sort of see how they did it and where they sort of like learn new techniques in different mediums. There you go. So now I've knocked that back a bit. If I add a layer in, not 2 layers, just the one, and go back in, but with like I won't go white, but a little bit of an off-white. thin's that brush? Like that. You can probably start building in some highlights like this. Again, just trying to think about where that light's coming in from and what it would be hitting. Really tempted to make like Eevee look a bit more angry and sort of like powerful. Just giving us like big mean eyebrows or something like something like that. Like, yeah. Maybe we can do it softly without making her look so angry. Oh, Frank Miller, yeah, he's awesome. I recognise DC. After that, Jim Lee broke the mold. Yeah, Jim Lee's awesome. Oh, thank you, Veggie Beast, mate. That's great. No problem about stepping away. That's absolutely fine. I said this wasn't a planned stream, but I really appreciate you coming in and raiding in as well. That's the point. Actually, I have no idea how to raid, so I might have to try and look at the edit bits when I finish up, and then see if I can raid into someone. Trying to remember that obviously Eevee's furry. But that's another thing with like hair, you don't have to draw like every little bit of, that's a bad example, but like every single strand of hair. You can be a bit more suggestive with it. It's like if you start off with a bit of a thicker brush and sort of like just block in little indents like that. And once that's done, if you go to a thinner brush, then sort of just pick off little highlighted areas. I've probably done that a bit too much, to be fair, but it's just kind of more to illustrate it, but you can go back in with a rubber and take that off again. You should make those into shorts. I think I kept drawing. Oh, Brill, thank you, mate. Yeah, definitely. I'd love to speed these up. I do sort of make shorts on my Instagram as well. But yeah, it's just haven't time to do it, to be honest. I've recorded so many, like for each of these artworks that I've done on the art cards. Like I think this one's on my Instagram and on my YouTube as a short. But it's just finding the time to do it. So yeah, but this was kind of like my thinking with this. I can just get on, do a little bit of a sketch, and then just speed it up, stick it on my channel, see what people think. So yeah, hopefully it goes down well, and if people enjoy it, then I'll continue doing it. This brush is a bit too thin now. Let's let the camera shake again. Get some of this fur. Obviously some of it won't all be flat down, some of it will be poking out. Oh, we've got time. Yeah, that's fine. All good. So let's see if we can do something else. Let's put a little bit of grounding in for Eevee. And if we go to this brush, drop down the opacity. There we go. See if we can put some shadow in and actually put her, or say her, put the Pokemon on the floor. So if the lights come in sort of this direction, then the shadow's going to come out this way. So with those, do that, bring it off the paws a little bit. I don't want to make it too dark because Eevee's quite a light character, but just a little bit to sort of like ground the character, sort of sit on the page a little bit better. And you can certainly sort of do things like this a little bit more, and then here's where you take a bit of artistic license and sort of like kick a bit of the shadow off. In fact, I need to go bigger again with the brush size. Something like that maybe. I quite like to build a bit of atmosphere with the characters I draw. Things like this just help do that a little bit. Not the right angle. Nice. That looks quite cool. And I think on the opposite side then as well, to make sure this goes on a top layer, you can do the opposite. You can go to like a white, and then see if I can sort of build a bit of like an aura lighting. In fact, let's not do white because you probably won't see it. If I do like a yellow, warmer yellow colour. Let's go like this. And we'll go over this with a white, it won't be this yellow once it's finished. Just checking if you can see that okay actually as well. Let's check my camera angle a little bit. Do you know what, my camera angled me? Just looked at it on the screen, looks a little bit different to how it actually looks when I'm drawing it, so if I just tweak this a bit. So it's like the same. I don't know if that did anything at all. Yeah, it's making the ears look like a lot bigger than they actually are. Whatever. Obviously perspective's a bit of a big part of this. I had started drawing this already, so I didn't really show my perspective steps on it, but what I'll tend to do is when I have that like initial sketch phase, I'll use the distort and sort of move it around a little bit and just see if my initial perspective was right, or if I prefer the way it's gone after I've played around with it. So so that sort of like aura lighting coming off Eevee. Then I'll change that now to a white. And again, go off a little bit more, but just really gently. Try this ear, looks absolutely massive. I don't know if I might change that on the actual piece, reduce that down a little bit. It's too much. Yeah, things like that. If I bring the energy card in a bit more, it's going to darken up a little bit. So if I bring that right the way back in, there we go. Now you can probably see that white a little bit more. That'll make the next bit I'm going to do a bit easier as well. So if I go right up, is that really thin? Yeah. It's actually on the energy card already. You can see these little like sort of dots and sparkle, but if I was going to be doing this on the actual energy card, you could use like a brush, a bit of white paint, and just like flick the brush, so like sort of like that motion, like you would on a toothbrush or something, and just like sort of splatter it around. That'll give a nice sort of like atmospheric effect. I'm sure I could probably find a brush that does something like that. Where, I don't know though. Oh, what's that one? Crackle. How does that look? A bit too big. Let's go smaller. Yeah, sort of. Let's see. It's too dense though. If I space them out a lot more. How's that? Better, but still not exactly, but you sort of get the idea a little bit. So almost gives that like energy effect coming off Eevee. She's like about to evolve into something. Too much. Oh, messages, and I've not been paying attention to the chat. Sorry, guys. Absolutely. I got into it live. Oh, thank you, Veggie Beast. Appreciate that. How much for a card? Okay, so normally I charge for commissions about 65, 75, depending on how detailed the Pokemon is. So you can tell me sort of what you want, what Pokemon, what style, and I would do my best, obviously, get that brief done for you. So it'd be a case of I draw the sketches, send it over to you, see how you feel about the black and white sketch, and if you're happy with the pose, we go ahead to colour, and I show you the colour design, and if you're happy with that, I'd go on to the card then as well. But with the how would I say it, with any like detailed designs like a holographic card or more Pokemon in there, obviously the price would range. But once I've done a design myself, so like this one now, Eevee, if I'm just creating this for my sort of like stock and my own stuff, and then I would do prints of them, I'd sell the actual original for 65, and then I do prints like this one. So this is just printed onto card with my logo on the back. Those ones then I sell in a top loader for £15. So yeah, so I've done a few shows, I've done a few vending shows around in a local area, and they've been selling really well. So I'm hoping I'm pricing my stuff at the right sort of level. I didn't want to go too high, but I didn't want to go too low either. It's always one of those awkward things as an artist to sort of price your work up. But yeah, I think it's a nice sort of way to keep your original artwork at sort of like nice level, that it's competitive but also gives that like exclusivity that people have got your original piece of artwork, and then the printed versions are nice sort of like entry level for people that love that Pokemon and want it as a part of their binder collection, or give it as a gift for someone. So yeah, so you can get the sort of best of both worlds. But yeah, these take a little work, so these are printed and then cut, and then I've bought a sort of rounded cutter that'll cut all the edges off. So some of the ones I've got don't always come out very well, so you lose a bit of stock. But yeah, obviously the ones that make the cut go on for sale. So I've got all of these art cards for sale, so if anyone did want any of these, please do let me know. I'd happily sort of arrange that with you off stream, and then send those out to you in the post. I've got other ones as well, so I've got Piplup, and I've also got another water type, got a Psyduck. So these are quite early on sketches that I did, and this was a commission actually. I don't know if you can see, but it's a connecting piece, so the coral reefs connect. Oh, what am I doing? Sorry, this way around. The coral reefs connect, and then you've got like the love discs swimming through the background. And I always try to sort of put in a little Easter egg if I can. So like, the evolution line for Piplup I think goes to Empoleon, which has got that trident on his head. So I've sort of put that in the background as well. But yeah, so there's loads of different designs that we can do, and you can play around with different things. But yeah, if anyone was interested in any of those, please do feel free to drop me a message. You can message me on my Instagram, or just drop a comment on the bottom here if that's how you want to do it, but probably be better to sort of private chat with purchasing anything. But yeah, I can definitely go through all of my my art pieces again if anyone wants me to, so just let me know. Hope you're liking the lo-fi Pokemon music as well, by the way. Piplup and Psyduck are absolutely diabolical. Oh, I hope it's a good diabolical. Yeah. I'll get those back out, where are they? It's Piplup and Psyduck. Yeah. The Psyduck was a difficult one with those yellows. It's the first time I did like full colour, so you can see it's like quite scratchy on there. But the Piplup came out quite nice. A lot of the times you can use the colours that are in the background of the energy card that come through quite nicely, but obviously with Psyduck being in yellow, it was quite difficult to sort of block that out. But yeah, I do like it. So he's like falling into the water, and Piplup's there to save the day. Again, nice little story. Okay, I'm pretty pleased with how that's looking. Not really sure what else I'd add in. If I get rid of this text as well. Oh, what did I add something on the wrong layer? Oh yeah, Eevee's ear, that's fine. I could probably call that pretty much there now for like a rough to be able to draw and onto an energy card. So yeah, let's have a look to see if I've got any. So I've not got a colourless energy other than a shiny hollow one. I have got some, excuse the noise by the way, sorry, just opening up a pack. I've got steel type ones that I could change. Yeah, so I could use this and then show you how I do it on an actual card. If you find that interesting, I can give that a go and sort of show you how it's looking while I draw it onto an energy card. Just gonna see if I've got any other cards, energies. Oh, thank you, mate. We've got all basic colour energies. Because what would really be cool is these energy cards here that have got like the mega. I think it's on the mega set. They've got like these like sparkles coming off that look quite nice. Yeah, like sort of more like these ones. So they've got like the sparkles already coming off there. That'd be pretty cool. But I don't think I've got a steel type in my set here at the moment. Again, sorry about the noise. Water. Yeah, not got steel type in the megas. At least you got nearly everything else. Got like water dark, but no steel. Never mind. We'll do it on the basic one, and we can always add that in. Just gonna take a quick sip of water. Stay hydrated, guys. Take your stretch breaks when you're drawing as well. Don't forget. I do not have a Discord, sorry. Yeah, I'm really fresh to all of this, so I'm in a few Discords for people. Yeah, I've got a few Discord people on that I'm a part of theirs, but no Discord for myself. Again, definitely something I'll set up and make sure I get that up and running. I think that'd be really handy. Loads of people can post their artworks up then and sort of show what they're doing. Otherwise, feel free to add me on Instagram. It's not Art2you, again, because it's not organised at all, but it's Chris J Pag. So I'll put that on here actually if you want. So feel free to add me on there, and go to here. So it'll be, that is not a good pen to be writing in. Sorry guys, bear with me a sec, change the brush. So it would be that, and then Chris J Pag. Yeah, there you go. So that's my Instagram. Yeah, feel free to add me there. Send over your artwork if you want. Drop me a message. But yeah, that's the best way to sort of get me at the moment. Obviously, I'll set up a Discord in good time as well. Do you know Team Mission? I don't know who that is, Veggie. Is that another streamer? Or is that like a group of people? Is it Team Mission? Is that how you pronounce it? Get my pens and stuff set up a sec, and we'll have a little bash at doing some on the art cards. Pencil. There we go. Draws really great, artist based in Korea. Oh, okay, cool. I've not seen him. I'll take note of that, and I'll follow along and check out his stuff. My Instagram is Jeep Love. Nice. Oh, fair, no problem. Jeeps are cool. I like a good car as well. I'm a car fan, so no problem at all. Feel free to add away. He's in the American military and does Pokemon content. Oh, nice. Let me see if I can find it. Is he on YouTube or Instagram? We're doing a Secret Santa of drawing. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. Nice. You're going to sort of gift him that then for Christmas. YouTube. Oh, bear with me. My computer is stopped. There we go. So it's a Team Mission. I think I've got him. It's like his logo's like an M with a red and blue bottom. So red at the top, blue at the bottom, like a Pokeball. recently started collecting Pokemon cards, which most likely spurred my love for drawing. 20 years hiatus. Oh, cool. Oh, that's cool. I'll sub up to him now. Yeah, it's always nice to see some other cool Pokemon fans and doing some artwork as well. Nice. Submitting them by Friday. So is it like a competition he's running? Is it to do the Secret Santa? He streams almost daily in the afternoon your time. Ah, cool. Yeah, I probably find it difficult to watch it all the time if I'm in work, but if I'm working from home, I could probably get away with it a little bit more because I can just sort of like put it on in the background like I would music. But yeah, when I'm in the office, I wouldn't be able to watch along. Nice, I'll definitely check that out. Okay, so if I look at the best way to do this, I'm going to mute this 1 sec, just so that I can pull the camera back because it makes a bit of a squeak noise when it's doing it. I don't want to sort of deafen anyone that's got like headphones in or anything. So let me just wonder if this will work as well. Oh, I've just unmuted. Was I not muted then for that? Could you hear all the squeaking? Sorry, it's this arm that's holding the camera up. It's like, well, my phone. Yeah, it's super squeaky. So yeah, apologies if that was really loud. So yes, each person chosen another one. Draw their favourite Pokemon. Oh wow, that's cool. All original artwork. That's really. I'll have to definitely check that out. I just linked a buddy of mine to your stream. Oh, appreciate that. Thank you, Rafa. No, it was muted, lol. Thanks for it, Veggie. Winding me up, aren't you? So I'm new to this now. Come on now, guys. You're gonna try and catch me out straight away. Right, I'm just gonna check notifications on my phone as well. Let me know if this like cuts the stream out or anything. Cool. Got a Christmas party tomorrow that I need to make some questions for a quiz for, so I can do that tonight as well. Okay, so let's show you my process with drawing on a energy card. If I make this a little bigger. I'll bring it a bit clearer onto the screen. So once I've done this, I'm probably going to cover over the steel type energies with a little bit of a Posca pen, and then sort of draw it as a colourless energy. This will be a good test. Oh, did I miss something? What's going on here? No. There we go. So I sort of use this as reference for pointers to sort of where I need to be. I do try and pencil sketch it out, but as you'll see now, it doesn't really come out very well. But obviously, if you can see that the head is here and this is the round circle, so I'll try and use that as a bit of a reference point to where to start my drawing from. So sort of go in like a little bit like that. Thank you for the follows, guys. Just see them coming through now as well. Thank you very much, Rafa. I really appreciate that. I'm not sort of a professional by any stretch of the mean, but you know, just looking to improve, and I've done it for years and years and years now. I've got a degree in illustration as well, so just trying to put it to some good use, really. If I can build a nice community of sort of people that are interested in art or do art themselves, all the better for it, really. It'd be really nice to be able to sort of build that following on YouTube, put it across my socials, and then get things like a Discord, have people sort of share their artwork. And I've got some ideas around like pack openings and stuff like that as well, so I've started doing it already a little bit. I sort of do this piece where it's like called pull the chase or draw the chase. So I open up a new set, try and pull the chase card. If I don't pull the chase card, we'll draw it, but obviously otherwise I end up drawing the same character a lot of the time. So it'll be, maybe if we do a case of if I don't pull the chase, I draw the chase, and after that one then I'll sort of draw a character from the pack. If I do a live stream, I'll get you guys to like vote in a poll of which one you'd like me to draw out of that pack that we've just opened, and it'll sort of test me then as well, because it won't just be the regular Pokemon that I sort of used to seeing and drawing. I'll have to really think about sort of unusual ones if you all try to catch me out and pick a Pokemon that's a bit of an unusual one. So yeah, hopefully there'll be like some quite fun things to get involved with. Thank you, Veggie. Yeah, I thought that was tried to be a bit like inventive with my ideas and something a bit different. And it means I get to like enjoy opening a pack of cards as well, without having to like have no purpose behind it other than just like trying to get the collection and chase cards. So it'd be nice to sort of incorporate it into a video, so I can have the fun of opening a pack and then getting involved with some artwork as well, and you guys get to see it. And if I do pull the chase, you guys get to hear me sort of like shout and scream of being like, this is awesome. Yeah, sometimes what I do is, I don't know if you can even see that on there because it's so out of focus. Tell you what, I might try and bring it forward again for you. If I mute it this time again, to make sure you don't hear the squeaks. There we go. So there you can see the sketch a little bit. If I just bring Eevee down here. So obviously just to sort of get that point of where the head should be looking, I sort of draw like a line down this way, and then sort of like across where the eyes should be. And whenever I'm doing this, because I'm doing it sort of like roughly and just trying to plot like this is where the ear is to this point here, and like the tail is there, so there'll be a gap of this much. it always changes. It always comes out slightly different to how I've drawn it on the iPad. And sometimes I'm working it out and I'm thinking, oh, that could do with moving a little bit. I thought of a better idea. So it's quite fluid. It doesn't always look exactly the same as the sketch on the iPad. You can see that clearly. So what I might do as well, I'm going to put up a second light. Where is it? Here we go. So clamp that to the desk. So give a better view. Plug that in. Please hold, guys. Sorry about the some tech issues with the stream. So there you go. Got a bit of extra light coming in there now. Hopefully that helps you see what I'm doing. And let's go. I have to bring this up here just so I can sort of see what I'm drawing. Let's go. Nice and sketchy, nice and quick. So there's loads of good techniques to sort of, I don't know if you're like me at all whenever anyone's drawing, if they draw, but I can get hold the pen really close and get really tight, and so I try to hold the pen a little bit further back when you're doing the initial sketches and sort of make larger movements. Just helps be a little bit more fluid. And obviously it's only in pencil, so you can rub it out. You're going to draw over it with pen anyway, so trying not to be too precious, which I can be very guilty of. Go. So Eevee's backside and her leg. Again, I can see this is already probably looking a little different to how the initial sketch was, but who cares? It doesn't really matter. It's whatever is in my mind of how I think Eevee should look. Just check the chat. My daughter loves to draw on ink. I don't know how to. Oh, brill. Got a little artist in the making there, Veggie. Oh, Kev's Pokey Ghost. I'm doing well, thank you, mate. Yourself? Bringing the broccoli fire and ghosts in. I like it. Oh, nice. No, I appreciate you coming in, Kev. I know you do a lot of artist appreciation on your channel as well. So yeah, it's my first stream. I had no idea I was going to do it tonight, but I thought I'd give it a go, and there was a button there saying go live, so I went live. But yeah, I don't know if you can see what we've been doing, but if I bring it into shot a little bit for you. So we've just been sketching this Eevee on my iPad, and now I'm going to replicate that onto an energy card. So you guys get to see what my process is, how I do it, and hopefully you like it. I can already see I've done Eevee's head way too small on the card. Need to make that a lot bigger. There we go. Because again, just thinking about the perspective. See, Eevee's face is going to be a lot closer than her back tail and her back legs will be. So I'll try and shrink those down. Oh mate, that's so nice to hear that I'm an inspiration to your art cards. That's awesome. There's a Zekrom, yeah, absolutely there's a Zekrom. I have drawn him, just get it out now if you bear with me. There we go. Here's my Zekrom card. So this is a print of the original that I created. I think I still have the original actually, but yeah, so this one is the printed version. So hopefully the Eevee will come out looking a little bit like this, but maybe a little softer with a bit more colour. Obviously Zekrom being all black on top of the yellow card, it was quite easy to just do it all black ink. In fact, I can probably show you a few of my bits now that if Kev's still around and wants to see those. So, there's the Onyx card. So this one was a digital piece that I did. So I was able to blow this up to like A4 size as well. So I sell that as a art print on an A4 size or in this sort of card version as well. So that's Onyx. I'll put them all to the side in case anyone else asks. I can get them easily then. And we've also got this one here. We've got a Piplup. And to go with Piplup, we've got a Psyduck. So this is a connecting card. You can see the coral sort of joins there, and you've got the love disc swimming through both cards in the background. Yeah, Piplup and Psyduck. We've also got a few more. Oh, thank you, mate. I appreciate that. Just trying to keep an eye on the chat as I'm looking at the camera. Also got a Mewtwo. Yeah, I tried to incorporate the energy ball if I can. I think of some cool ideas to have them engage with the energy. And also got a Snorlax chowing down on some biscuits. What's drawing my own? Yeah, Raph has been hard at work there drawing his own cards. Yeah, Mewtwo, that's your favourite one. And then I've also got some evolutions. So I've got an Umbreon with a big moon/sun, so it's like a Sunbreon, Moonbreon style going on. Then I also have a Sylveon. Again, trying to get all of the sort of ribbons wrapping around that psychic energy ball. I think I've got 3 more. So we've got, this is my first one, so I've got Charizard. Sticking with all the Kanto theme, I've got a Pikachu. And finally, I've got a Gengar. Oh, thank you, Kev. Yeah, I like the white outlines. I think they're almost a little bit lost sometimes because there's so much going on with the colour in the background of the energy card. Just when you white outline it, it sort of makes it stand out so clear. I like to sort of break the borders as well, and it sort of makes that sort of grey colour, makes you can see a bit more clearly around there. Yeah, thank you, mate. So yeah, there's some of the designs that I've done. I have done some other commissions as well that are not in this stack, so I haven't had them printed. But there was a Mega Lucario. I did it with all like the text in front of it as well. So yeah, that was cool, and I think that's on my YouTube channel. And there's some other pieces then. I've done like a Gengar evolution line with Ghastly, Haunter and Gengar. I've done an Eevee as well, different Eevee though, so an A4 print. That was all digital. I tried to make it look hyper realistic. So yeah, once you're done here, if you want to have a little look on my channel and check those videos out, I much appreciate it. hit like, hit subscribe obviously if you haven't already. All helps, and hopefully get me up to a point where I can then sort of get these live streams out and build a bit of a community, and you guys can pick some art pieces that I do. We'll see if people want to purchase them or just sort of talk about art. Happy either way. There's my boy Gengar. Yeah, I left the ghost one till last just for you. Gengar broke it. Jeez. Well, I hope everything's okay. I didn't want to go breaking anyone, but yeah, I quite like it. It is pretty cool, that one. Yeah, he's a fun one. I quite like the sort of like neon type colours on there as well with the pinks and stuff. Yeah, this makes it stand out. It's like half comic book, half graffiti style, all with Pokemon. Let's see if I can get some of his tail put in. See, this is where it becomes difficult now because of the black on the energy card. Like, I could just white it all out and then draw on top, but it's so much harder to draw on top of these Posca paints once they're on. But also I quite like some of the style of the energy card coming through. Like, you get these like happy accidents of like these sort of like white edges and colour that you can sort of use in the design. Okay, that'll have to be made up on the spot pretty much as I go. I think I've got the rough design now that I needed. So you can make that out on the camera. You can just about see how it's looking. And then I'm going to go in then with the Unipin fine line 0.05, which, as we showed earlier, was absolutely tiny. But it's great to get a good start, and you can always go thicker then afterwards. It's hard to go thinner once you've already gone to like thick lines. So again, I'm going to try and start from this top corner and work my way down and across because I'm right-handed. The ink stays wet on these because they're like a little bit shiny, these energy cards. They're not completely matte. So yeah, I could probably look at that, maybe like spray it with a matte finish, but again, you sort of lose that natural shine of the energy then where you haven't drawn on. But yeah, so just to sort of stop smudging basically. So if I sort of start up here, again, you can see the ink's not really coming out a lot here because I've been drawing on top of paints. So I've sort of messed the edge up a little bit, but it will come through eventually. Get a little brush off there. There we go. And also, it doesn't matter too much if the line is a little bit fuzzy because, well, Eevee's furry. We kind of want it to be a little bit fuzzy. So just keep up with the chat. Colour Soulman, happy stream, more and more. Hope you drop into my lives. Thursday, Saturday, we create and drop. Nice. Thursdays, I'm working from the office if it's like daytime, but if it's evening time, so I'm in the UK. But Saturdays, yeah, definitely try and drop in and have a look at what you're creating there. Put pink in Zekram's eyes. Oh yeah, definitely. I can get the Zekram out to show you the pink in the eyes. There you go. It's a Kev stream. I appreciate artists. Yeah, it's brilliant. I've seen a lot of Kev's videos as well through Rocket Scott's sort of comment love, and they're brilliant, and the music as well. So he puts a lot of effort into those videos, and yeah, it is nice to appreciate the art that goes on in those cards because a lot of the common cards they sort of just get like discarded and everyone's hitting the chasers, but obviously artists have all created these designs, and there's some really cool innovative ones as well. So yeah, it's nice to appreciate the artist. So I'm just thinking about sort of like weight of the line at the moment, trying to keep it quite light, because you can always go in afterwards again with the thickness and the sort of depth. And also sort of like thickness here compared to here, just to show that sort of angle of the head turning. So just got a few Eevee references on my computer in front of me, just so I can sort of like remember the colours and what Eevee actually looks like, and then sort of I take it into my own pose and own design. Then it's one thing I try to do a lot of as well, is like just draw without looking at references first of all, and then go and look at the references, because a lot of the time I think I tend to get like influenced by what I've seen. I think, well, that's cool, I'll do it like that. It's like, well, try and draw it in what I think it would look like and what I think would look cool. Then go look at references and I think, well, that's a really cool idea, can I bring that into my design? Or I didn't think of that pose. Or even like with this case as well, I've looked at animals, so the Umbreon. So for, yeah, where is it, that one? So for this one, I actually looked at like black jaguars, sort of tried to get different poses from them and then hyper exaggerate them. So you can see probably like by the paws, it's quite Jaguar-esque. So yeah, pull influences from anywhere and everything. If you can lower your cam a bit, just so the words in the chat won't get in the way if you draw in. Oh right, because the live stream, I didn't think about that, because it's like kind of vertical, isn't it? Thank you, Kev. Right, I'm going to mute it a sec because my stand is really squeaky, so I'm going to mute the stream. Bear with me. How's that? A little better? Yeah, good shout on that, mate. Thank you very much. That's yeah, all this learning. Need to get used to it, and because I'm looking at the chat on my laptop above where I'm drawing, so I didn't really notice the chat down here because the thing that's holding my phone up sort of covers the chat on my phone, so I can't see what it's looking at. So yeah, good shout. I'll remember that. Only use the top half of the screen. Okay, so let's get the eye drawn in. Okay, might make the Eevee not look so cute and cuddly and make it look like a Eevee on a mission to evolve into something cool. So what's everyone's favourite evolution? I mean, they're all pretty cool, aren't they? Because they're all sort of like elemental characters. So I've done the eye a little bit wrong here, so this is what I was mentioning earlier. So even though it's ink, I've drawn onto it, because it still remains a little bit wet. I use like, so this is just a sort of pencil rubber end, but you can, it will smudge it a bit, but you can sort of use that in your design if you're careful. See how you can get rid of it? There you go. So you can rub out the ink before it dries, and then go back in like that. just smoothing out that line. So what have we got then? Nice proud lemons to Espeon, very cool. Yeah, Espeon is a cool one. The whole like double tail look as well, and obviously it's like a pinky colour, so it's nice. I like Leafeon, nice. Yeah, Leafeon's really cool. I think it's quite underrated as well, but that'll be a really nice one to draw. I was thinking of maybe drawing some sort of like maybe background with some trees and having like the light beam through it. But yeah, that's a really cool one. It drags you down based on how many energies all your Pokemon have. So it would be Flareon. Supports the bench. Ah, nice. So that's in terms of like, do you play the game, Rafa? Do you play the TCG? Ah, nice. Yeah, I've never actually played. I've collected a long time, since I was like 6 or 7. I've been collecting Pokemon cards, but I've never actually played the game. The only thing I do with my nephew now and again is just use the sort of almost play like almost like a snap sort of game with him. So we both get like a bunch of commons, use the energy number at the top, and whoever's got the biggest number wins that round. And it's the first one to sort of like, and you win that card. So it's the first one to sort of like have no cards left as a loser, and the one who collects all the cards wins. But I'm sure he cheats now and again. But you know, we've got to teach him the hard way. Did anyone tell Eevee they should just be himself? Yeah, absolutely. Do a Pikachu. Just don't bother evolving. Just stay as is. Yeah, it's brilliant. I'm sure I saw like on my video that I've got, I put like a little clip in from the cartoons, the animated series, and there's a bit where like all of the evolutions come along to this Eevee and sort of power it up, and the Eevee does like an attack. Looks pretty cool, but it just stays as Eevee, strong enough on its own. Sorry if I've got a bit quiet. I get like this sometimes when I'm drawing. I just get in the zone and everything else around me sort of fades away. So apologies if I've gone completely quiet, but I will look up at the chat in a sec. Every iteration of Eevee is designed okay, getting deep into the evolution theories now, guys. I like this. This is probably a lot more than my knowledge of evolutions, but I'm here for it. I'm here to learn. Again, like that's initial sketch. I've already gone off from where I was just because it was like not quite the right bit that I was looking at. just want to change it up a little bit. So again, that's absolutely fine. Just like I'm going to change it around from your initial sketches. Again, just like trying to stretch that leg out a little bit, just to sort of like elongate the body shape a little bit more, make it a bit more dynamic posing. Just before I get that tail in, just going to stretch my hand a little bit, get a bit stiff on the hand now. Check the chat. Kev is a student of the game. I like it. No problem, Kev. Thank you very much for jumping in, mate. Really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll definitely get them bigger and better. And it'd be nice to have you in the chat. And I'll come and check out yours as well. So take care, buddy. Hope you have a good day in work. In fact, I'm just going to try something, guys. I'm not sure if it'll work, but let me know if the stream cuts out at all. I mute the stream a sec. I'm just going to try and message off my phone at the same time. There we go, I'm back. There we go, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. And I'll just set the stand back up. There we go. So yeah, I was just messaging my girlfriend to say that I am currently live online. Didn't even tell her. She's gone out with her friend for some Christmas celebrations tonight, and I thought, I got a little bit of time. I'll see if I can work out this live streaming malarkey. And before I knew it, I was on. So I've just let her know now, so know if she's going to jump on at all. I'm not sure if I'm going to get this completely finished before the end of the stream, because I haven't had any dinner yet, and I've got some stuff to get on with. But I'll certainly do as much as I can. Just tweaking bits on the head shape a little bit. Again, you should still be able to move this around a bit with the eraser. Yeah, so it does give you quite a lot of leniency. Sometimes you can use it as a bit of like shading and shadow. This is pretty cool. Like that leg, I've just done it way too buckled at that, so I'm just going to get rid of that. Sorry about the camera bouncing around as well as I rub it out. That's better. Cool. Yeah, it's getting there. It's a question I get asked a lot, is like, how long do these take you? And it really varies. Like, Eevee's quite a simple design, quite like big shapes, not too many intricate pieces, not like a Zekrom character, so I can get it done quite quickly. But yeah, they do vary quite a lot, and it also depends on if I've got an idea in my mind of what I want it to look like. If not, I might be in the sort of like sketch phase a lot longer than this. So let's see if we can build up a bit of the shadow. I've got a lot more sort of control with this because I'm sort of a lot more used to drawing with pens as I am with the tablet, just because I've done it for a lot longer. Just trying to get a little bit of that sort of like roundness of the Eevee's fluffy mane with the shadow. This pen's probably running out a little bit. The nib's been a little bit destroyed with too many passes over paint, but sometimes that doesn't matter as long as it's making marks. You can sort of use that to your advantage and make light marks. Thank you, Christina. Welcome in. Yeah, we've just been drawing Eevee, and I know it's on a steel type energy, but we don't have any colourless ones, so just work with us for now. But yeah, we've just sketched this out as a digital version. If I bring that into shot for you from my iPad, zoom that out a little bit. So that's the Eevee we designed, and then we're sort of replicating that then onto an energy card, which will hopefully look a little something like this by the end. Might even get a thicker fine line pen as well now. Get some of these big block colours put in the shadow. So I'm just switching up now to a 0.5 instead of the 0.05. See, this has got quite a bit thicker. Okay, if I get the other one in comparison so you can see. Okay. Just makes it easier drawing in those big areas of darkness that we need. So stuff like this and here. Again, the nibs have been a little bit battered as they've been drawn on top of paint so much, but they still do come through eventually once you sort of start scratching away. There we go. Sort of like darker areas. You can see how having such a thicker nib sort of comes out so much easier, so you have a bit less control over being sort of building up the layers slowly. So if you're confident to do it and you've used them before, go for it. Go get the thicker pens in, and you can sort of press lighter then as you bring it off the page. but otherwise like, I tend to switch between the two, but stick something finer. You can always like build up the layers slowly. So like, things like this, when you just sort of like scratching back to cast a bit of a shadow. You can go back over that again, or if you're happy with that sort of level of lightness, or you can cross hatch the other way. I tend to like trying to stay the same way if I can, and use it with like how close the lines are together. There we go, building up nicely. Same with this as well. Obviously there's like a roundness to the tail, so I'm going to try and just do that same motion with the pen as I'm shading. Go back over again, sort of closer to the edge, where it's going to be a little darker. You're calling out your nicknames for each other in chat, I can see. Oh, sorry about the camera shake. Go. Let's get in there. And just trying to remember where that light is coming from. So it's coming down from this angle here. So everything sort of left side would be in shadow. Chris, you're A2Y. I like it. I like it. I'll take that. That's a pretty cool nickname. Art2you. That's what we're doing, isn't it? We're bringing art to you. So yeah, if I was to do this a bit more regularly, I'd have to try and hey Sam, hope you guys are having a nice evening of cheese and wine. Didn't intend on doing this, but here I am, live streaming. I thought I'd give it a little go and see what I had to do to sign up to become live on YouTube. And yeah, it said go live, so I hit the button. And now I'm drawing Eevee. Teaching my sprout the concept of lighting a day. I'm doing. She's understanding lots more time. Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, they do. They'll get it over time. And it's just practice. It's like anything. People say like, oh, how do you do that? How do you do this? Like, It's like anything, learning a language, put enough hours in, put enough time in, eventually you learn to speak the language. This is, yeah, just something that I've spent a lot of time doing, built up some skills in how to do it. Yeah, I'm sure she'll get there as well. Hey, Charles, you okay, lovely? Slurm and Churm. Yeah, they've got some nicknames for each other, those two. Yeah, I hope you like the setup. It's pretty rough at the moment, but it will get better. Like I said, I just thought I'd take a little look, see what it was like to go live, and it was a lot easier than I thought. So before I knew it, I had people watching, so I thought I'd better start drawing something. So Eevee it is. I know that my niece is a big fan of Eevee, and I know my nephew's a fan of Pikachu, so I've already drawn Pikachu, so I thought I better get one done for my niece as well. So just getting in some of the eye colour. It's quite difficult with this steel logo in the background. But we'll try and pick that back out with the Posca paints later and do some white highlights in the eyes as well. Same with the mouth as well. I can see some hearts flying up on my screen, guys, as I'm recording, so I appreciate that and you showing the love. Can you draw Clefairy one day, please? Of course I can. Not a problem. Is that your favourite Pokemon, Sam? Are you a Clefairy fan? Nice. Nice. Oh, in that case, I've definitely got to do it then. I was showing off some of my artwork earlier, and I showed them the onyx that I did as well. I was showing off some of my cards. But no Clefairy yet. There we go. sort this ear out a bit. I think it's a little bit big. Take some of that off. Come on, let's get some more shadow in. So I'm just building up the levels of grey that are in here, sort of going darker and darker. I'm missing the chat here as well. It's so hard to like keep an eye on both. Times like a raid mile. Times like a raid mile lady. Put this side of the face in shadow. Hope you're all having a good evening, whatever you're up to, guys. And I really appreciate you coming in and watching along tonight as well. So it was a very spur of the moment thing and not really well planned out, but it's going well. I had more than one person in this live stream, so that's good. And I appreciate all your comments and questions. Yeah, hopefully, like I said, the goal is to build a bit of a community, do a few more of these live streams, do some cool little sort of shorts and long form videos. Maybe do like a pack opening, and then you guys can decide which out of the pack I would draw from the Pokemon. And it can be as nice or as challenging as you like out of the Pokemon that I pull. I've also uploaded one or two already with a pull the chase or draw the chase theme. Oh, I lost the music. There we go. So yeah, the idea is you open up a pack. If we don't pull the chase card, I then draw the chase card. I made a nice little cheesy jingle to go with it as well, so hopefully stick in all of your minds and you'll be thinking, oh, I gotta watch that pull the chase or draw the chase video. Read as many times as we can. Nice. Just 2 seconds, guys. I'm just gonna check my notifications. Cool. Where are we at now? 8:30. Yeah, probably gonna have to wrap things up shortly with this because I haven't had dinner yet and I've got things to do. Got some Christmas wrapping to get done. So it's not all going to be happening last minute on the day. So what is everyone's Christmas plans this year, if you celebrate Christmas, that is? Get a bit of the finger smudge going on there as well. Why not? There you go. I think we're at a good level there. We can probably add in a bit of white as well, just to sort of show you guys what it would look like. So again, I use these Posca paint pens. You've got to shake them up because they're like, I think it's acrylic based, is it? But yeah, it's like a paint inside the pen. So bear with me when you hear a bit of shaking noise now. And then you sort of like have the nib and dot it out onto some tissue paper like this. As you push, it sort of pulls the paint down through the nib. And when you've got some on there, you can sort of build it up. Go. And probably try and do this so you can actually see the face beyond that steel logo. So I've given Eevee a white Santa beard. There we go, we'll sort that out in a bit. Here's Art2you. Plans include spreading giant havens. Appreciate it. Ah, very nice. That's good. Love the smudging rubber effect. Looks really cool. Thank you, Charlotte. I appreciate that. Love a bit of smudging. We can do a little draw along session if you want, Charlotte, and we'll do some smudging. What's this now? A bit more Pokemon. What Pokemon? What Pokemon? You? Okay. So some of you may be aware that this random person, Charlotte, that's talking to me in the chat. I don't know if she wants to be outed of who she is, but if she gives me the okay, I can tell you. But let's see, what Pokemon are you? I want to go to the Galarian Ponyta because it's the most, actually, well, Rapidash, because it's the most colourful one out there. I think that's you, the most colourful person I know. So let me find it on here and show you which one it is. I'm sure everyone here knows who that is already, but so Galarian Ponyta. This one. That's you, Sean. Okay, all okay to share. Well, yeah, guys, this is my beautiful girlfriend, and she's currently out having wine and cheeses, and but she's very supportive, and I'm currently sat in her apartment streaming to you guys. But yeah, I think this girl is obsessed with colour, so I think it has to be. It's a bit blurry there. There you go. Galarian Ponyta or Rapidash. That's your one. Go on, you tell me who I am then with the Pokemon. Be nice. Lots of grey. Art-wise without you. Yeah, she likes the smudges with the rubber. I know. Taught her everything she knows though, so you know. Chris, what Pokemon are you? I said you guys got to pick one for me. I don't know, what am I? I mean, this dude springs to mind. Because I can be a little bit fiery. You guys, you can pick one for me. What do you think? If I was a Pokemon, what would I be? Ah, thank you very much. I appreciate that, saying I'm talented. I do try hard. It does help having a very supportive girlfriend that allows me the time to do this and do what I love. But it's all about balance as well. Can't be doing this forever. So there is a nice balance to spending time with loved ones and then also having time to do your hobbies and your interests. I'm currently working on is almost similar to Eevee. Ah, come on, I'm sure it's absolutely fine. It's great. Just keep working at it. Practice, practice. What did I hear once? That, you know, the phrase is like practice makes perfect, but I heard a really good phrase that was practice makes improvement. So you can always better your best if you work hard enough at it. So just keep practicing and you'll improve. Let's try a bit of finger smudging just for show. Oh, that's pretty cool. It gives you a nice like faded effect. I lost the music again. Lost the chat. And we're back. Let's try and sort this this Eevee's mouth out a little bit. I'm very tempted to leave this as a black and white. Let's try and thin the mouth out a little bit on this. This is why these pens don't last very long with me, because I'm using it to push around paint. But it does the job. You can clean up the edges then with the these fine liners. Nice. A little better now. You can sort of see the mouth. Almost looks like a bit of a goatee, but it's getting there. I heard practice makes permanent. I'll have to mediate on you. Yeah, I mean, it was just one of those things I heard online. I wouldn't take it as gospel, but you know, it's just the imperfections are perfectly perfect. I like it. Absolutely. I think that's what sort of makes art interesting, really, is everyone's got a different view on it, and whatever you design, and you could ask a million people to draw an Eevee on an energy card and they'll probably all come out differently. You know, some would be in different colours, some would have a different pose, different style, and all those little bits that you sort of like make smudges and edges, and yeah, I used to be so precious over things like that and like try and make it absolutely perfect, but from the feedback that I've had, it's actually those sort of like sketchy lines and bits that people really like. So yeah, and it's good to get external feedback as well if you can. You know, sometimes it'll just be like, oh, it's amazing, or you know, meh, you don't get anything back. But if you can get some like sort of true feedback from people, I'm quite lucky with my loved ones. They'll let me know if they think, you know, you're good, but that could probably do with a little bit of changing, or that doesn't quite make sense, or have you thought of this idea, because this is coming from another person, just another person's viewpoint on it. So yeah, it's handy to get your artwork out there and shown to other people. As much as artists, we tend to hate to do that, but it's definitely a worthwhile thing if you can. And just because someone has a different idea to you doesn't make it the right answer. It just makes it something for you to think of. And you might say, yeah, well, I've thought about what you said and I don't agree. So I'm doing it my way anyway. Chat. Don't let yourself to be crushed. Oh, thank you, mate. I appreciate that, Rafa. I see you're Flareon, effective with little energy, but suppose those around you. I like it. I'll take that one. That is a very, very nice analogy. I'll let Charlotte know that you guys said Flareon later if she's not in the chat right now, because she is out with her friend and having a good time. So I appreciated her jumping in, saying hello. Like I said, this wasn't the plan for this evening. I was meant to be going back to my house to do some Christmas wrapping, which I will be doing shortly, but just want to get this to a nice level so you guys can see what I do and how it turns out. When it goes from the sort of sketch phase on the iPad to a drawn card in pen and ink. Just trying to pick out those highlights now of where the light would be hitting, and trying to get rid of that steel logo in the back as well, as much as it looks sort of cool around these edges, but obviously in this area where the mouth needs to be, it's not that useful. Oh, she's still here. Hope you guys are having fun watching me in the background. I'm having your cheeses and wines. Oh, that's very nice of you, Rafa. Appreciate that. As you as well. Thank you for obviously spending your time in the stream and watching what I'm doing. Still here too, Christina. Thank you. So what's your thoughts, guys? Do you think this would be nice as a black and white piece? Almost looks like shining Eevee, doesn't it? Because I think Eevee's grey in the shining version, or like a silvery colour. Or do you think I should go full colour? Because in all honesty, I'm just looking at my paints now, and I don't think I have a brown. So I probably have to get my acrylic paints, which are not with me at the moment, and then brush them on. Energy that I was talking about before. Sorry guys, getting a bit quiet there, zoning out again. Eevee highlights looking pretty cool. Nice. So obviously there needs to be a bit of like drying time in between, but you can try and work with it. So I'm going to try this pen now. So camera shake. I'm going to try this one again. It's for writing normally, but you can usually get a good amount of thick ink out quite quickly, which is quite nice sometimes when you want to darken up areas. Trying to sort the shape of the mouth out a little bit. Go. This sort of like fluffy fur mane back in. So, no, it's fair admiring your work. Thank you. Yeah, the silence of just people that watching me work. Well, I thought I was going to be doing this anyway, so why not do it while streaming? And thankfully, you've all been really nice with your comments and hopefully enjoying watching along. Oh, thank you guys, that's really nice of you. Oh, charcoal, cool. I used to love working with charcoal. Got a bit messy, but like you could like spray it sort of sealed afterwards, so it was quite fun. We're doing this brush for fresh air. Oh, cool, thank you, mate. At the end, be sure to take a picture, that's your thumbnail. Very good shout, very good shout, I should do that. To be honest, I'm not even sure if this video will save or if it will just be gone into the ether once the live is finished. Again, all stuff that I'm gonna have to learn and work out. I don't know if I should have like been recording it the whole time, but I didn't even know if it worked, to be honest. I looked at some like YouTube videos of how to go live, and they were like, oh, you've got to sort of get authorized and do this, and I was just like, okay, let's give it a go. So at the end, be sure to take a picture. Beautiful art. Ah, thank you, Junior. Appreciate that. Glad you like the Eevee artwork. Welcome in as well. Be interesting to see how many new people sort of pick this up. And a first time, because obviously it's my first stream, but I've had the YouTube channel quite a while now. It'd be nice to see if some new faces manage to pick the channel up whilst I'm live. And if you do, be sure to subscribe, drop a comment, hit the like button if you're enjoying what you're seeing. It'll give me a nice indication then if this is sort of worth continuing and doing some more of. We'll say is make sure it is on public, go to the three buttons on the side, then go to edit, and see if it's public. Ah, bro. Let's have a look, see if I can find that. Okay, it might be on my computer, I can do that. So what have we got here? Details. Customization, live chat, yep. Participation mode, anyone. Settings. Check it when finished. Got you. Got you. Cool. Again, just trying to remember about the light and where it's coming from. It's quite difficult with this pen now to draw over the white, but just going to try and knock some of that back. Need to sort this eye out a little bit as well, because it's a bit all over the place. There we go, that's a bit better. That steel logo coming right through the head and her eye is a little bit annoying, so let's see if we can get rid of that as well. Trying to break it up a bit so it's not just one big solid white block. Nice, so I'm glad it's quite an easy process to pick up, because I was worried it was going to be really technical and lots of things I'd have to change and work out, but no, it seems pretty intuitive, to be fair, to go live. And yeah, I look forward to doing some more. shaky camera again. Is that any better? Can anyone hear me now? Give me a thumbs up in chat if you can hear me. I have no idea if that's going to work or not. It's back. There we go. Well, I don't know what happened then. Again, technical error. Apologies, guys. So, as I was muttering to myself, and none of you could hear me, what I was saying was this is what we started with as the digital sketch. Let's get that gone. There we go. Yeah, so this was the digital sketch that we started with, and then transferred that to a physical energy card. We've drawn onto that, and yeah, it looks a little different, but it's nice to have that sort of base to draw from, because then once you go here, you don't really have to think about anything. You don't have to think about how the paw needs to change. So yeah, I'm quite happy with how that's turning out so far. I haven't got the right colours here to continue with all the colour, but I might go back in and do the browns and sort of get that looking a bit more Eevee-esque. But yeah, that's a nice start. Got some good ink coverage on there. Got some nice cross-hatching going as well. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. It is just UK, so I'm probably going to wrap things up now. But for a first stream, that was awesome. I really appreciate you guys stopping by, commenting and dropping likes and subscribing and sharing the channel. All means a lot to me, and I'd hopefully we'll do some more of this. And yeah, we'll try and schedule something in. If it's not sort of done to a rigid schedule, I'll probably just post things up on my socials and tell you guys when I'm going live. And then we'll work out when's a good day to go on live, what sort of time, and what works around sort of my schedule as well, with obviously my 9 to 5. But yeah, so that's Eevee, and hope you like it. I'll try and get some more done as well, and then we can sort of go for the whole evolution line, and make a nice little art piece, hopefully with the other characters. If I get those out, we got these two. So yes, we've already drawn 2 of them. So we'll end up with a full evolution lineup all the way around the Eevee character in the middle. And yeah, I think that'll look pretty cool. If I can raid anyone, let's just see who's online. I don't even know if I can raid anyone. Rocket Scott is live. Let's see if I can work out how to raid into Rocket Scott. But thank you again, guys. Really appreciate it. If you want to stick around now, I'm going to raid into Rocket Scott, and if you could all put A2Y in the chat when you go in to see Rocket. Thanks very much, guys. See you all soon. Let's work out how to raid. If I go to my live sec. I love it in black and white. Don't think it needs colour, to be fair. Ah, nice shell. Maybe I'll keep it black and white then. A2 raid. Any suggestions on how you do it? We can't here, just drop the link in the chat. Does that work? Is that how the stream will raid over if you just sort of drop Rocket Scott's link in the chat? Just getting his thing. I think he's doing some comment love at the moment, so I don't want to bombard the comment love. But let's go. Copy. Then drop link. one way. Okay. Boom. There we go. So that should be Rocket Scott's live stream. Yeah, let's go and drop A2Y in the chat. Thanks again all. Take care.